Hi everybody! So my name is Cassandra and welcome to my channel. So I recently got into freezing things and baking and stuff like that like really a lot lately, and I thought, well, I'm just gonna share what I've learned with the world. So I am going to be as you can see, I've got some apples here already. Now, I'm not like a professional or anything like that. I did go to culinary school a while back, but I don't consider myself a professional. I have worked in food and stuff like that, but by no means professional. But so what I'm doing here today is kind of like a trial run to see if you can freeze apples with the pills on them. And I will let you guys know how that works out. But for now, we're just going to be cutting up these apples, putting them in some sugar water, because apples do really great in sugar water when you're trying to freeze them. I'm going to show you guys how I've learned to do it, and you can try it too if you want, or you know. But we're going to be freezing apples today. So I already have some cut up here. I should probably go ahead and make a little bit of sugar water because they're starting to brown and I don't want that. So I'm going to grab my sugar. I keep mine in the fridge. I'm gonna grab a towel because I need to dry my hands. And then for extra precaution, we use hand sanitizer. I got too much. I got too much. That's okay, I'll wipe it off on my towel. So I am going to slice these apples. I'm gonna cut this open, and I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in here. Not much, just a little bit. Maybe like, I don't know, like a little, like a teaspoon or a tablespoon or a teaspoon. I don't measure sometimes. I guesstimate. So, and then you're going to want some warm water because you don't want cold water, because cold water is not going to melt your sugar. So use warm water to melt your sugar. I have a handy dandy dishwasher under me, and I'm going to just pull out a mug and use some of this really hot water that I have over here to melt my sugar. This is very not professional. I'm gonna put my apples in the sugar water and kind of like stir them around in the sugar water. And what I want to do is I have a pan right here, and I'm actually going to get a different foil because time I will have everything I need ready. My daughter's in there. She dropped her pacifier. She'll be 3 months old, you guys, here in like 1, 2, 3, 4 days. On the 18th, she'll be 3 months old. She's getting so big. She rolled over for her first time today. She's having a hard time getting the hang of doing it again, but she did it that once, so I know it's definitely time to make for sure. When we moved in here, when I was pregnant with her, we put up the chemicals and all of that, like to where kind of baby-proof the house then, but I told my husband I really want to go through and make sure that all of anything she can get to is like put up, because the last thing I want is my daughter getting into something that she probably shouldn't be. Now, like I said, I've never done this before, and a lot of the times people say to peel your apple first, but we are lazy over here because we don't have a lot of time, and so we're not going to peel these apples. We're going to just put them in there like this, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I will tell you guys about it, but if we can be lazy and do it with the peels on the apple, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So I'm just cutting these into slices right now and cutting off the core of the apple. And on this last slice, if you cut off the core and then you kind of cut it down the middle, you can lay it flatter. So we're going to put those in there. Cut the core off of this one. And I'm actually going to cut this one more time. I just did some celery before this, and I thought, I'm going to do a YouTube video. That would be cool. Because I used to do videos on Facebook. I kind of got out of it. I used to do makeup on Facebook. When I had Journey, when I got pregnant with her, I had zero energy, and I slept all the time, and I kind of stopped doing them. I would like to get back into doing makeup again, but I really don't have time to put it on. She's just now kind of getting to where I can do things for myself and leave her to play or swing in her swing or whatever. But there for a while, she did not want to be away from me. Like, it was, her hobby was being held by Mama. So it's kind of nice to be able to break free and take some stress out on getting dinner prepared, or you know, utilizing my freezer. We just got this freezer, so I've kind of went nuts lately. I went and I bought myself a dishwasher, because with Journey around, you know, things are not as easy as they once were. I can't just drop everything and wash dishes or whatever for an hour. So I try I try to make my life a little easier, and I bought this dishwasher. I think it's gonna be a really great investment. So I'm just stirring these apples in the sugar water. I am, and the reason I'm putting these apples in the sugar water and stirring them around is because apples lose the sweetness of them if you put them in the freezer. Sometimes they can, so it makes it better when you put sugar water on the apple before you freeze them. And the reason I'm putting them on a pan is because I want to freeze them individually before I put them in a bag so that they don't stick together. And I use my hands a lot. Okay, there's 2 apples there. I'm going to freeze these 2 in my freezer. I have allergies, you guys, so excuse all the sneezing. I guess I better turn that off and then do that. So, I just realized y'all can see my dishes. Anyway, who cares? So, I am going to leave, my husband a couple of these because he likes to take apples to work. So I'm going to leave him. I'm actually going to cut up one more, I think, and leave him one because he has bananas and oranges and stuff to eat too. Well, he's not my husband yet. We're engaged. We have a child. We've been together going on 8 years in August. I had a brain fart. Going on 8 years in August, we've been together. And we've been together a long time. We should have been married by now. He proposed to me 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago. And we're just kind of waiting on, I was having some trouble out of my ex-husband, not signing papers and stuff for our divorce. So we had to get a lawyer. And I used my 401k on the first lawyer, which didn't work out because a lot of things happened. And I just realized I didn't wash these off. A lot of things happened, and we ended up not being able to use her because it was like she was going through the money faster than we realized, and she would. And I mean, she went through, I think it was like $3,000 that we paid her. My entire 401k, you guys, from Walmart, when I worked at Walmart. And she just kind of blew through it, and we couldn't afford her no more. So, but we went to, my goodness, we went to a another lady that my in-laws used for a kid that they were taking care of for a while for his court stuff, and she seems to be wonderful. She's working with us, and I'm thankful for my in-laws as well, because they're the ones paying for it, because we don't have a lot of money. But I am thankful for that. I'm so grateful for them, and they've just been a blessing to our lives, and I'm just blessed. I'm blessed. But so I got this apple that we're working on here, and all I'm doing, let me see if I can move this. I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just cutting into slices. This one I kind of leave kind of big. I don't want to cut my fingers, so I just kind of leave it. And I flip these, and I cut the core. And I have a little sack tied to my cabinet, and I'm just, because I don't want to walk all the way over to the trash can every time I need to throw anything away. I'm lazy, you guys. I'm lazy. We do things the lazy way here. And then once I get these cut, I'm just going to put them in there. And then I'm going to show you what I do with that last apple. So this right here, I cut the core off, and it kind of allows me to lay it flat, or flatter at least, and then it's easier to cut. So, and then we're gonna throw that in my little thing. I'm going to stir this. I promise you. So this is my dishwasher, and I do everything on this. I bake on this thing. Yesterday I made homemade bread. Oh, it was so good. I made some potato bread. It was so delicious and yummy. Okay, I'm gonna get my pan, because we're gonna try to put this last apple on there. My dog is wanting inside. And then we're gonna do green apples as well. And then, so what I'm doing is, I'm just, you know, I really want to share these helpful tips and tricks that I've been learning, and I think it would be a fun hobby for me to do something for myself, because like I said, I have a 2-month-old, almost 3-month-old, and I don't get to break away very often. I don't get to do a lot of things for myself, so this has kind of been my my hobby lately, and it's really just been kind of relaxing and a great way to, you know, just do something for me, and it's kind of a stress reliever, to be honest, and it's an excuse to break away and be able to start something for dinner early, or, you know, I don't know, you guys, I really don't. It's just been so fun. So once I get these on here, I'm actually going to make another thing of sugar water, because I don't know, like I said, this is the first time I've tried this, so I don't know if I need to or not, but I'm going to do it anyway, just to be on the safe side of things. because it might mess up the flavor of my apples. Otherwise, I would say let's just do it, but I don't want the flavor of my apples being different than what they should be. Yes! Okay. I am done with those apples. We're gonna move on to the green apples. I'm going to kind of rinse everything off really quick because I don't want all of my flavors getting combined. What do I do with combine? Hold on, let me grab my Lysol wipes. Well, I'll do that later. It'll be alright. So I'm just going to, oops. I need to, so I'm kind of cleaning out my fridge and slicing and dicing things that can go in the freezer. Like, let me show you what I've got. So, I got you on a ring light here. By the way, I bought that ring light off of Amazon for like $30 or something like that. So if you've ever like needed a ring light for anything, yeah, that's a really great ring light. So here's my freezer. I just bought this thing for like $40. I'm cheap, okay? I'm cheap. Anyway, so I bought this thing for like $40 off of Facebook, and I freeze onions. I diced onions and put them in a bag and just label them, and I put a date on them and I just freeze them. Label, freeze. Label, freeze. Bell peppers. Look, here's the other half of that bread that I made yesterday. That's the dough. And what you do when you take it out, so you want to make sure when you freeze bread that it's going to be able to fit in your pan frozen, and it may expand a little bit while it's freezing. That's okay, but you just put it in your bread pan. You know, you spray it with the oil or whatever you're using. You spray it, you put it in your bread pan, and then you can let it rise, let it unthaw, and then you just pop it in your oven and you're good to go. I just did celery. I told you guys I just did celery. I have cheese in here, you guys. I have blocks of cheese in here. I mean, if I have sandwich meat in here, I have, just anything. I have yeast. I got yeast packages. I have chocolate. Chocolate. Let's see. I got bagels in here. You guys can freeze. I mean, if you can freeze, if you see it frozen at the store, more than likely you can freeze it. This is tomato paste that I froze, or tomato sauce. I froze so I didn't have to waste it. You can freeze butter. You can freeze, if you have, I will make up a batter to batter chicken and stuff in, and I'll put just a little bit at a time on a plate so that I'm not wasting the batter, and I can freeze whatever's left over. You can freeze so much stuff and it will stay better longer. Let's see, in here in my small freezer, I freeze things that are left over, like cornbread. I made some breakfast bars that I froze. This is soup. This chicken soup was thebomb.com, by the way. I think, yeah, okay. I thought it busted, but it's just the way it's made. But soup, my apples, baked potatoes, my leftover baked potatoes, I just put in here and I'm freezing them. stuffed bell pepper mix, which I'm really good at. I even buy these at Walmart, and I will make lunches for my husband in those and freeze them. Like this one is spaghetti with homemade bread, and I made him some butter to put on his bread, and I put it all in there, and it's freezing. So you could do so much with a freezer, you guys. So much. All right, so I'm gonna put you guys back on here, and I think my daughter may be getting hungry. Oops. I think she might be getting hungry. So I may end this video. I don't even know what time it is because my phone doesn't tell me while I'm recording. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'm going to go take care of my daughter because I believe it's probably time, and because she usually doesn't fuss unless she's like hungry or needs a diaper change or something. So I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had fun doing this. I'm going to continue to make videos. I think this is going to be fun, and if I have time to come back on later, I will, and we'll do the green apples together or maybe something different. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you like this, and I will see you guys later.